Motorsport Radio.
1, 2.
Join the conversation. Contact the show on Twitter, on Facebook, and on our website, Motorsport Radio.
Welcome back to Llandow. As you join us, we are just getting underway with the warm-up lap for the Moto Team race, where my name is Lewis Ray. I'll be joined by Alex Rizzoli. Alex, take us through the grid.
Yeah. So starting on pole position, we have Darren Anderson in the number 133. Then lining up alongside him is Will Howarth in the number 96. Jason Pook starts P3, and Dominic Gardner starts P4. Ian Jackson starts P5 with the number 27, alongside Jamie King with the number 1 starts P6. Jack Andrews starts P7 alongside Phil Maplebeck in P8. Scott Jewett starts P9, and Iona Glover starts P10. Elliot Newton starts P11. Madison Martlew starts P12, and Charlie Ems starts P13. Lewis, it's looking like it's going to be a very exciting race. As we know, the moto teams maybe aren't the easiest ones to commentate, but how are you feeling about this race?
Yeah, I'm very excited. It's been a close weekend. Even in practice yesterday, times were super close, especially between Darren Anderson and Will Howarth, which, as they line up in the grid, you'll notice that once we see the front of the bikes, they are completely different. Darren Anderson is almost like a naked style front end 4-stroke motorcycle, where Will Howarth is more like a traditional race bike with fair ends, but is a 2-stroke, meaning it's two completely different bikes to ride. As we wait for the last few riders to make their way onto the grid, and we wait for the marshal to point up to the lights to get started for this race. We're just waiting for final confirmation. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is the Moto Team race as we wait for the riders, as we wait for the lights to get on. Lights are on. Lights are off, away we go for the Moto Team race. Darren Anderson gets a cracking start, but Will Howarth takes the inside for the first chicane. Will Howarth leads the way at this 2-stroke 15cc. Will Howarth leads the way. Darren Anderson closely behind, with Jason just behind in third place. Dominic Gardner in fourth. Cracking getaway from them all. Will Howarth still leads the way in the distinct bronzy gold colour bike. As they come out of the hairpin, Darren Anderson uses all the roads usually coming out of here, but this is the first lap. They're all full attack. Darren Anderson is going to want to try to take the lead back. As we know, he's starting in pole position. He will not let us lie. Darren Anderson looking for a way past, but no way to get past for the chicane as we head onto the back straight now. Will the 4-stroke motor be able to power its way past the 2-stroke going down the straight? It does not appear so as we go around the final corner to complete the first lap, and it appears that Will Howarth will still lead the way.
Yeah. Will Howarth having a fantastic start there on the 2-stroke bike. Darren Anderson just behind him, trying to find a way to get past him, but the 2-stroke just in its correct power band. But I say that, but Anderson actually looks like he's closing on the back of Will Howarth, which is going to be a very, very, very interesting lap here. So as we can see on the screen, we are looking at Anderson coming and trying to overtake Will Howarth as he comes now onto the one of the back straights into this little left-hander, right-hander section onto the Spitfire straight. Now let's see if Darren Anderson can have a very good exit. Let's have a look. No, it looks like Will Howarth is quite a while ahead. Yes, he's actually pulled a gap to Anderson in second place. So Will Howarth is now leading. We've got 10 laps to go. We are now in a state of the race which is very interesting, but there is a very, very close call there between two bikes as we are looking on board here through this corner here. It's a very, very, very close race so far. Will Howarth, though, does look like he's pulling more and more of a gap each time. Anderson trying to find a way this way, that way, trying to get in the slipstream of Will Howarth in the number 96, but the 133 there is trying to find a way to get through. This is Iona Glover, currently in 13th place at the moment, having a good little run there out of the first corner. So yeah, it is looking like a very good race. Oh, it is the number 133 of Darren Anderson is getting very close. Actually, I think maybe Howarth has had a little bit of a very interesting lap there. Lewis.
Darren Anderson's the fastest lap of the race there, about 3/10 faster than Will Howarth that last lap. They're throwing the bikes about because, as mentioned earlier in the live stream, Will Howarth and Darren Anderson, all the riders here are all above the age of 16. Therefore, maybe some of these bikes may seem a bit small for them, but they are throwing these bikes about, using all their body weight, pushing as hard as they can, cracking over the throttle as soon as they can. But Darren Anderson does have aerodynamics against him to come for a back marker. It's Iona Glover, and Will Howarth gets blocked by Iona Glover. There was nothing that she could have done. She stuck to her line, but this means that Darren Anderson now leads the way, but Will Howarth is diving up the inside, going to the final corner. Will Howarth has the inside, but will Darren Anderson get the switch back? It looks like he's trying, but the two strokes at the power band. Will Howarth leads the way with just 8 laps to go. This has turned out to be a cracking race. Will Howarth leads the way, as I said. Will Howarth now just needs to stay focused, stay calm, and will not let Darren Anderson pile on the pressure, but Darren Anderson will want to force him into a mistake. Darren Anderson taking a slightly tighter line, but using all of the exit there. I've been seeing that for the past 2 days now, that he's taken almost an extension of the track that is between the track and the curb. It's just trying to get as much momentum as Darren Anderson looks to be diving up the inside. As we see another back marker, will it get in the way? It's going on to the Spitfire straight. It doesn't look, so Darren Anderson is in the slipstream of Will Howarth, and he's diving up the inside, but to the final corner. Darren Anderson leads the way now. Will Howarth is trying to open up the throttle as much as he can on that 2-stroke. Darren Anderson leads the way. This is a game of chess. Who will win it? Darren Anderson pushes as hard as he can, using all of his skill, using every single ounce of power, but Will Howarth will not let that lie. Will Howarth straight away is trying to get back up the inside and will not let Darren Anderson get momentum. As you see another back marker here, one of the Aprilias. Darren Anderson gets past them, so does Will Howarth. It will not affect the race. 7 laps to go now. Darren Anderson still leads the way as they go through this chicane, which will then lead on to the back straight. Will Howarth will try his hardest to stay up with him, keep the pace. We may even say lap records get shattered in this race. They are pushing each other to the absolute limit. Will Howarth find no way past through the chicane. Darren Anderson keeping the line absolutely covered, and the power of his 4-stroke motor making it so that Will Howarth cannot get past. Darren Anderson leading the way with just 6 laps to go. He's trying as hard as he can. Will Howarth trying to find a way past, trying to pile on the pressure, but Darren Anderson cannot let the lead get to his head and run wide and start missing braking markers, as that is how you lose lap time. Will Howarth set a personal best last lap, but still Darren Anderson was 1/10 faster. Darren Anderson once again using the track and some. They're trying to get absolute everything out of these motorcycles and out of themselves. Sometimes you see some of these riders with the naked motorcycles tucking in actually their arm and taking one arm off the bar temporarily to then make sure that they can get their whole body tucked in. As we head down the back straight, Spitfire straight to the final corner, Will Howarth is still behind Darren Anderson. Darren Anderson is making sure Will Howarth can find no way by.
Yeah, absolutely. That is really what Darren Anderson needed. Really, really good. And I believe, yes, that is a new lap record there, as we see a little bit of action there behind a back marker there. Darren Anderson shatters the race record by just under 1/10 of a second there. Will Howarth, and there has been a driver off. That is a 2-3-1. That is the 2-1-1. That is Dominic Gardner. Dominic Gardner has gone off just on there. But as we get back to the action on Darren Anderson and Will Howarth, coming through the left, coming through the right, onto the back of the Spitfire straight. It was a very, very good lap for Darren Anderson, trying to pull as much of a gap as he can to Will Howarth, but Will Howarth looking this way and that way, late on the brakes. Very, very, very well there. Very good, but it did look like Will Howarth did have a better exit there, and he's trying to gain and get in the slipstream of Anderson, but Anderson doing a really, really good job defending here. But if these drivers keep switching positions like they're doing, as we're saying, it's like a game of chess. It is going to be the driver who comes out on top and who will get the better run down the Spitfire straight and into the final corner if they can send one on the inside for Will Howarth at the moment. So we are 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go on this what has been another fantastic race, I have to say. It has been a really, really fascinating race. So the close battles on track, obviously Darren Anderson and Will Howarth between them. Another really close battle is Jamie King and Ian Jackson there, as we see. Oh, that was a very, very, very close move. Will Howarth is actually alongside Anderson now. Is he going to be able to get in just before turn one? No, he is not, but he is very, very, very close indeed. I don't know who I would put all my money on to win this race. These two drivers are incredible, and Will Howarth shatters the lap record that Darren Anderson just did. The lap record was a 51.621. It was a 51.551, and now it's a 51.358, and they are going side by side. It's bad marker territory once again. Anderson keeps ahead of Will Howarth, but if he keeps coming with back markers, if the back markers still are interfering with this race, for all we know, Will Howarth might win this race. We don't know yet, but he's going to go on the inside. It's 3 wide. It's 3 wide. He's going to send it into the final corner, and no, it is going to be Darren Anderson that keeps ahead. What a fantastic battle this is. Oh no, it's not Will Howarth just in the lead. Will Howarth has actually taken the lead of this race. Absolutely sensational. 2 laps to go. The next lap will be the last lap of this Grand Prix. Lewis, I don't know who to put my money on. Do you?
No, certainly not. Will Howarth leads the way. Darren Anderson leads the way. It's just been chopping and changing all race now. Back markers have been to play all this race. They've been pushing each other to the limit, and as I said earlier on in the race, lap records will be shattered twice in this race. We see a brand new lap record, and the lap record is about 3/10 faster than it was at the start of this race. Will Howarth still leads away from Darren Anderson. Darren Anderson looking down slightly at his bike, just trying to get tucked in as much as he can, just trying to let the helmet do its job to then go perfectly onto the back of his aerodynamic hump. But Darren Anderson will not give up. Going on to the last lap, you can see that his back marker in front of Will Howarth. He will be begging that the back marker gets into play. As you see, Will Howarth trying to get on the grass, trying to get past the back marker, and he's done. But will this let Darren Anderson catch up? Yes, it will. Darren Anderson tried to go down the outside there, but no way past. As we head into the hairpin type section, Darren Anderson using all of the track and some to try and catch up Will Howarth again. As now we go into the final sector of the lap. Darren Anderson chasing Will Howarth as fast as he can, pulling the front as hard as he can, going through this left chicane. Darren Anderson cracking the throttle on. Will he make a dive at the final corner? It's Darren Anderson versus Will Howarth. It does not look like Darren Anderson can do anything. He's taking a much wider leg, trying to get a better drive. But it's Will Howarth that wins the motor team race, closely by Darren Anderson. What a race.
Absolutely. What a fantastic battle for the lead there. That just might be one of my favourite races I think I've ever seen. Constantly swapping positions for first and second place. Back markers getting in the mix as well, who I would argue maybe decided that race at some points there. You know, Will Howarth manages to get past Darren Anderson, and there he goes doing some celebratory wheelies, which I think well deserved at this point. Absolutely fantastic. A really, really fantastic drive from the number 96 there. That was a sensational race. It really was very, very exciting. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I hope all you listening and watching to this are as well. If you trackside as well, absolutely fantastic. So the top 10 from that race, Will Howarth wins that race away from Darren Anderson by only under half a second. Jason Pugh starts, Pugh finishes P3, Jamie King P4, Ian Jackson P5, Jack Andrews P6, Scott Jewett P7, Elliot Newton P8, Phil Maybeck P9, and Dominic Gardner rounds out the P10. Madison Martlew P11, Iona Glover P12, and obviously that DNF retirement from Charlie Ems. Wow, what a race! And the best thing is we get to see more action now.
Yeah, we certainly do, and we get to see the motor teams back at it tomorrow for another 2 races, as is all the classes. It was a great race, which hopefully it should be as close. Because as we know, it has 2 classes in the motor team, and although it has 2 classes, they are just as close to each other, with both Will Howarth and Darren Anderson being on completely different types of motorcycles and still being able to keep up with each other. But now we have the AC40 Pros, and alongside Alex for this one, I believe, will be Rex Austin, which should have been racing in this class this weekend. So Rex, say hello.
When when I was riding, I tucked the front and hurt my shoulder, so I can't ride, but I'm really happy.
Yeah. Oh, that's absolutely lovely to hear. Absolutely lovely to hear. Are you really excited to watch this race?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's absolutely lovely to see. Lovely to see.
I can see all my friends on the starting grid: Byron, Matthew, Oliver, Jensen, and all my friends.
Oh, that's absolutely lovely that you can see all your friends on the TV. It's absolutely lovely. So as we see these riders on the starting grid, and not too sure whether we're going to have a warm-up or whether we are just going to so just here in my ear, we are going to have a warm-up lap, so we are just waiting for the confirmation to let the drivers until the grid is ready. And so we are just waiting until we get the kind of green light to be able to until we are ready to go. So we are here for the Race 1 AC40 Pro Championship. So Sam Gardner starts on pole position with Matthew Thomas alongside him. Byron Johnson starts P3. Lewis Holt starts P4. Liam Lindquist starts P5. Jensen Bishop starts P6. Colin Gleeson starts P7. Ollie O'Gorman P8. Oliver Hall in number 3 starts P9. And Bethany Ashby rounds out the top 10. Dylan Turian starts P11. Zach Pennegar starts P12. Callum Maxwell in P13. And rounding out the grid is Chloe Sewell in P14. So it's absolutely an absolutely kind of jam-packed this. So Rex, what made you? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to progress?
Well, I hope one of my friends win.
Yeah. And we can see the number 134 there.
Oh, Zach.
That is Sam. Matthew, Zach. Sorry, Zach.
Hello, Scotty.
There we go. So yeah, that is Zach. Unfortunately, not going to be able to make it to the grid for the race start. But Rex, so where do you want to go? Do you want to go like BSB? Do you want to go MotoGP? What's the goal?
I want to try going MotoGP.
Yeah. That's the answer we like to hear. That's the answer we like to hear here. Lovely.
I might do BSB after that.
After that. So as a retirement plan, you're going to go from MotoGP to BSB. That's absolutely lovely. So we can see the riders all prepared on the grid now, and I believe we are ready to start this race. It's going to be 9 laps, or maybe a little bit less. Not too sure yet, but we'll get confirmation as soon as we know. So the lights, we are getting pointed towards the lights, and ladies and gents, here we go. The light is on, and it's lights out, and away we go. As we see Gardner get a very good start. I think he's in the lead, but he's under pressure rather quickly. As we see, all the top three there is making moves left, right, and centre. Someone going on the outside. Oh no, dart to the inside. What a move! That was a little bit of contact there. A little bit of contact. We're seeing 2 by 2 by 2 as we come round into the technical part of this lap. Absolutely sensational there. So I believe that is Sam Gardner in the lead. I think he's still kept the lead as he is under pressure from Matthew Thomas in P2. We're seeing everyone following each other very nicely for now, as we can now see them coming up the second straight. Here we go, into the left, into the right-hander. And yes, that is a very nice well start. All of them are quite bunched up at the moment. It's a very interesting race start. And to the inside, I believe, goes Matthew Thomas. What a move, I believe that is. Or is it a defence? It's a defence. It is indeed Matthew Thomas. Byron Johnson is in the lead from Sam Gardner there. Absolutely fantastic scenes there. Byron Johnson setting the fastest lap with a 56.840. Absolutely incredible. Rex, so how do you think your friends are doing?
Very good.
We love to hear it. So Byron Johnson in the lead from Sam Gardner, Liam Lindquist in P3, Matthew Thomas in P4, Lewis Hall in P5, Bishop in P6, Chloe Gleeson up to P7, Oliver Hall P8, Bethany Ashby in P9, round out the top 10, Ollie O'Gorman, who has dropped a few places there from P8 to P10 now. So this battle for P1 between Byron Johnson and Sam Gardner is looking like a tasty treat. And do you know what? Even P3 and 4 are there as well. And sending to the inside is Sam Gardner for the lead. But he just has to back out before he can complete the move. So it is still going to be Byron Johnson, Sam Gardner in second, Liam Lindquist in third. And the top 5 are pretty much together. They are all separated by just about 2.5 seconds from the leader Byron Johnson. So it's a very, very good race so far. We're seeing Byron Johnson pull a little bit of a gap to the back of Gardner. Lindquist trying his hardest to try and gain up that 4/10 deficit to Sam Gardner, and it's looking like they are really all on the limit for this. It's a fantastic it's a fantastic championship this, as we now see a battle on screen here. Are they going to be able to? Not sure. So this is third and fourth. So this is Lindquist and Thomas fighting for the final podium position here, as we see a great little battle here. Is Sam Gardner going to be able to do anything and go around the outside of Johnson? No, he's not. Johnson keeps the lead of this race. Absolutely incredible scenes here. Oh wow, yes, it's and there's been a fall. There has been a fall into that is second place. That's Sam Gardner. That is Sam Gardner, who signals that he's okay, and the bike is moved out of the way. Yellow flags in yellow flags. I was going to say in sector 1 there, but yellow flag in sector 1. So Rex, now we've got a yellow flag. How do you find this track? Is it a nice track to drive? Is it a bit difficult? Is it what do you think?
Well, I don't think it's too bad.
Yeah.
So there's quite a few straights, more corners though.
Yeah.
But it's actually quite a nice track.
Is it nice and fast? Is it nice, fast and flowing?
Sort of.
Is it sort of? Yeah. Oh, that's lovely to hear. As we now see the number 14 and the 128 together. So this is the battle for P3. This is the final podium position here. Second and third. Oh no, it's second and third now. Sorry, apologies for that. Second and third. So Liam Lindquist is just behind Brian Johnson by 2.1 seconds. Byron Johnson in P1, Liam Lindquist in second, Matthew Thomas is in P3, Lewis Hall fourth, Chloe Gleeson in P5, Jensen Bishop up to 6, Oliver Hall 7th, Ollie O'Gorman 8th, 9th Dylan Turian, and Bethany Ashby up to P10. So as we're now looking on screen, these two are very, very close. I believe this is still the battle for now what is second place. So Rex, do you want to do? Yeah, go on then. You take us for a few laps.
Well, Byron's doing quite well. He's got a bit of a gap.
Yeah.
Liam's doing very well.
Yeah. And as we see the 14, I think that's still defending. Yeah, that's still defending from number 3. Go on, Rex.
Well, Matthew's doing really well as well.
Yeah.
So I reckon he'll be happy to take third, but it'll be Liam's first ever podium at FAB, because he moved from not sprinting. I can't remember where he moved from, but he's only raced. This is his only championship in FAB. He hasn't raced in here before, so I think he's doing really well.
Yeah, and he'll be really happy if he gets a podium. Right, yeah. Oh, that's absolutely lovely. So, Rex, go on, be honest. If you were racing in this right now, where would you be?
I reckon I'd be fourth
at the moment. That's really nice. That's really really honest. We love that. So as we see this battle between Liam and Matthew still continuing, we've got 3 laps to go of this race, and you know what? Matthew is really quite closing up to the back of Lindquist here. Could we see a battle? Could we see a change for second place? Either way, both these drivers at the moment do get a podium. It would be very interesting to see if Lewis Hall can maybe do something and maybe kind of gain 2 seconds. It's a lot to ask, but to get a podium, we will see. So, looking now as we see the final few bikes coming over the start-finish straight, we are now. So I think this is still the battle for second place. as we see, I believe, just coming down into this left-right-hander onto the back of the Spitfire Straight. So here they go down Spitfire Straight. Is anybody going to be able to get a slipstream on the back of one another? It looks like someone's going on the inside. No, he just backs out at the last minute. That could have been quite a good mood. But this is now, I believe, maybe fourth onwards. Rex, who's racing at the moment? Who can we see?
I can see Oliver Hall, Jensen, and Chloe.
Lovely. So this is around the battle for fourth to sixth. Is this battle then? Thank you very much, Rex, for that. So we have Lewis Hull in the number 41 in P4, Chloe Gleason in the top 5, which is fantastic. Fantastic for her, and Jensen Bishop in P6. Is this great little battle here? All kind of in 0.6 of a second of one another is this battle. So it's a fantastic battle here. As this is the battle for that is Thomas, who has managed to get past Lindquist. Wow, what a move. So we just missed that, and he also sets the fastest lap as well on that lap, does Matthew Thomas, for a 55.11, which is a very good lap. A 52.6 is the current lap record, but if Matthew continues with this pace, he might be able to think. So we are on the last lap now, and we are maybe going to see. Well, no, it's looking like Byron Johnson has managed to finish 2.5 seconds, or at the moment, he has managed to pull 2.5 seconds to Matthew Thomas. What a sensational effort now, as we now see a little battle coming across the start-finish line, and we are going to see the number 37, Boris Johnson. Here we are, coming down into the final corner. It's going to be a fantastic win for Byron Johnson, who crosses the line to win, and Matthew Thomas in P2, and a first podium for Liam Lindquist in P3. Absolutely sensational riding there. What a race. As you can see on the graphics there, Byron Johnson wins from Matthew Thomas, who just pips Liam Lindquist to P3. And a top 10 rundown. They are still racing at the moment. So Byron Johnson finishes P1 ahead of Matthew Thomas in P2. Liam Lindquist in P3. Lewis Hall P4, as we now see it on screen. Gleason finishes P5. Bishop P6. Hall P7. Gardner P8. O'Gorman P9. And Turian P10. Rex, what did you think of that race?
I think it was a really good race.
It was, wasn't it? It was a fantastic race.
Byron done really well, so did Liam, and so did everyone else.
Yeah. Oh, that's absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. Really good racing there. It's absolutely lovely to see all these riders doing really well and being really competitive with one another. Absolutely incredible there. So obviously only one non-finish there. That was Zach Pennegar, who was obviously running P2 at the time, so I'm not too sure what happened there. But thank you so much for joining us, Rex. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we hope to see you on the track sometime soon.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely lovely there to hear from Rex, obviously, who is just battling an injury at the moment, but he should be here racing sometime soon. Absolutely incredible. Wow, what a race, Lewis. What a race.
Yeah, it was a great race. There was a lot of drama that happened in it, and well done to Rex. Such a mature and well-spoken boy for his age.
Absolutely incredible.
I feel like that's one thing that racing does teach you, is that I feel like racers usually end up maturing a lot more, and they're so well spoken, as we see two racers that are just racing in the AC40 Pro race, having a laugh, having a giggle about what just happened, and well, it just outlines what we're saying. They're all best friends. Absolutely. Yeah. We can just see these two now on screen. There's the rider on the right was just stretching back a little bit, just going, what an absolute really good race. Are you excited for what is the next race, which is the Pit Bikes 140, Lewis? Well, I don't know if excited is necessarily the word. I'm probably slightly more than excited. It's such a close class. Lid produced incredible racing where us commentators cannot get a break, cannot get a breath at all in. It has so much names in the class, and there's 31 bikes taking part in this one race. It is just, it's spells out mayhem.
Yes, yeah, it really does. I'm really excited to see this race. Really excited because there are some really kind of well-known names in this championship. And yeah, as we said, 31 riders on the grid is absolutely incredible. It could be carnage. It could be one of the best races we've ever seen. We will only know in about a few minutes once they've done their outlap, and it is lights out and away we go. So, would you like to read out the grid for this race, Lewis?
So we have Rossi Banham starting in pole position after an incredible qualifying lap, closely followed behind Reece Peacock, and then in third place Taylor Lawrence, fourth Chris Wells, Darren Anderson, who you've just seen in the motor team race, starting in fifth place, Lucas Brown starting in sixth, Nathan Riggy starting in seventh, Charlie Nesbitt, another big name, current Superstock 1000 rider, starting in eighth, Cameron Soule in ninth, Jamie King in 10th, Sean Whittaker in 11th, Marco Pandolfo in 12th, Jake Archer 13th, Tristan Finocchiaro, previous FAB-Racing commentator, and now has came back and brought Spanish weather with him here in South Spain, and Max Perry rounds out the top 15.
Yeah, absolutely, really good grid. It's going to be fantastic to see this as we can see all the riders on the track at the moment. We can see the number 29 there, just giving a little wave. Sorry, that's 128, I believe, or 37. I can't quite read it from here. Number 2, so it will be 29. Reece Peacock. Yeah. So he's just giving a little wave to his competitors for this. It's going to be a sensational race. Look at this. This is absolutely incredible. Seeing 31 bikes on the same bit of tarmac, absolutely is incredible. As we are looking at Tristan right now, and obviously, so he does a little bit of commentating. Lives in Barcelona now, which is a very nice place to live, and now coming out racing in the UK. So it's going to be a very interesting race, I think. Who would you say you've kind of got your money on? Maybe not one driver, but a few that could be very well. I could imagine the top 5, but So right, okay. So we have a few. We're just hearing in my ear. There are a few drivers that are actually late to the grid. Riders that are late to the grid, so they will start from the back, or maybe not even start the race at all. We're not too sure.
It looks to be Charlie Nesbitt is one of the riders that is down, that is at the pit lane waiting to be released on the right hand side. I do not know who the other rider is right now. I believe it may be Max Perry, as he's not in his pits, in his grid slot. Sorry, yes he is. Jake Archer, I think is also the other rider that may be starting from pit lane or at the back of this grid. This is such a close class. Watch Rossi Banham, watch Taylor Lawrence, watch Reece Peacock, watch the whole grid as we wait for the lights to go. Lights are on and lights are off for the Pit Bike 140 race here in Llandow. Rossi Banham gets a good start, but even better is Reece Peacock. Reece Peacock leads the way with Rossi Banham closely behind him. An okay start as Taylor Lawrence is not probably what he wanted. He is down in, I think, 4th place right now, but Rossi Banham is going to be wanting to try and bridge up the gap and pass straight away, because one thing we know about his racing is it's close, hard-fought racing, as we see in the bright orange levers, as pointed out by Alex, is Tristan Finocchiaro. He has worn the biggest and brightest levers he could possibly bring to FAB-Racing to remind everyone, hi, it's Tristan, I'm back. But anyway, as we lead the way to finish the first lap, Reece Peacock still leads the way from Rossi Banham, but one thing we do know about his Pit Bike 140 race is that the likes of Rossi Banham will not go down easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Rossi Banham, a very well-known name in this championship, as we see. Obviously, Reece Peacock taking the lead. They're obviously setting the fastest lap as well. There has been quite a few little changes. Obviously, Tristan now to P14 from 15, so he's getting a position, and quite a few of the drivers have getting a position too. Adam Redding dropping down a few places as well. As we are currently looking at a stretch tarmac as we wait for these two riders, as we now see all the riders filtering through here. This is the lead, so this is the 96, which is not thing. As we're looking at the lead, is it going to be Rossi Banham? Rossi Banham, I think, has taken the lead. What a fantastic move. The 196 moves up into first place. Lawrence gets up into third. Chris Wells down to P4, so 2 moves in 1 corner there. Absolutely sensational.
Yeah, it certainly is. Taylor Lawrence setting a 50.1. That is 3 tenths faster than our current race leader Rossi Banham. One thing from watching this weekend is Taylor Lawrence. I noticed that his riding style is so extreme. He almost gets his elbow on the ground on these little pit bike 140s. He is so fast. So just like Rossi Banham, which right now is just trying to escape the clutches of Reece Peacock, who seems to be lacking behind a little bit as we head on to the back straight now with just 10 laps to go of this race. Rossi Banham's touching the back brake there. Luke's just getting the back end out a little bit, trying to help get the bike turned as he leads the way with just 9 laps to go and setting the fastest lap of the race with a 49.9. That is not too far off the lap records. We're in the 49s now. It is incredible pace that Rossi Banham has shown, but Taylor Lawrence is currently in 3rd place, and I do not think that this race is over yet.
Absolutely not. No, it would be rather foolish to count Reece Peacock out for this race, as we have 9 laps to go. So we still have a fair amount of laps to go. The lap record here at the PB 140s was set by Rossi Banham, and was at that weekend that we spoke about in October, was a 49.229, and he's done a 49.965. So only about kind of 6 tenths away from his record that he set. Last time out last October. So Rossi Banham still leading this race as we are looking on screen at quite a close little battle there. Not too sure that is. There is, as we know, obviously 31 drivers on this grid at the moment. I think 2 are in the pits at the moment. The 2 didn't start, so they weren't allowed to start the race, it seems, unless they're on trial. That's what our timing is showing us. Rossi Banham still keeping that lead. He's got 8 tenths between him and Taylor Lawrence in P2, who only has 1 tenth back to Reece Peacock. So the battle between Lawrence, as we see a move potentially here, and that is the number 10. So Taylor Lawrence, yes, has taken the lead in the final corner and ascending the inside, and wow, Rossi Banham, I think he's retaken the lead. No, he hasn't. It is Taylor Lawrence still in the lead from that. That was absolutely sensational. Lawrence with a fantastic move down in the final corner, Lewis.
Yes, it was. Rossi Banham will not let this race win go. He will push as hard as he can. We've seen it led fighting at the front. He risked it all getting past some back markers. This class is such close, hard racing. It is just incredible to see. But as we see, Rossi Banham still leading the way, I believe, as they head down the Spitfire back straight. But Taylor Lawrence is going down the inside, but he's backed out a bit late. Rossi Banham taking the far wider line for the middle of the hairpin there, but Rossi Banham leads the way with just 6 laps to go in this race. Taylor Lawrence is looking for any opportunity to get past him, and these sliders are literally scraping along the grass. This is crazy racing.
They are indeed. The knees are firmly flat on the ground. It's absolutely incredible to see Rossi Banham obviously in the lead of this race at the moment. But if there's something we know about Taylor Lawrence so far through this race, is he does not give up, and with 6 laps to go, he still could take the checkered flag to win this race. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see where Lawrence has maybe a stronger point, or maybe he can be quicker than Rossi Banham in his final kind of stages through the race. We're about halfway through the race right now as we see the 196 Rossi Banham coming through the final corner. There we go, and the 96 196, there we go, and he is getting very, very, very close to that lap record. That last lap was the fastest lap of the race. It was a 49.413, and as I said, the record was a 49.2. So he is very, very, very close to breaking that record. As we know, we already have 1 lap record broken today. Can he make it 2? It'll be very, very interesting to see what Banham and Lawrence can do. So So the kind of top 10 at the moment, we'll take you through them. Rossi Banham now leads from Taylor Lawrence. Peacock in P3, Wells 4th, Anderson 5th, Lucas Brown P6, Wrigley P7, Saul P8, King 9, and Sean Whittaker P10.
Yeah, certainly. Jamie King, currently in 9th, has also just been out in the motor team races. We see the front runners just getting past some back markers. Will it hold anyone up? This is when the race really starts getting interesting, as we see Rossi Banham struggling to get past the back marker. Will that influence his drive out the corner? We wait and see. Taylor Lawrence will be licking his lips right now. He will realise that there's still a chance for this race victory. You can see more back markers in front of them, that with just 4 laps to go. What will be the outcome of this race? Rossi Banham will be trying as hard as they can. Rossi Banham getting held up slightly there for the chicane. So it's Taylor Lawrence. As we see, a rider is down. That is the number 29. Reece Peacock out of 3rd, but he's remounted, kept the clutch in whenever he fell there. So while he was in positions, I don't actually know if he did, but we're going to have to wait for him to cross the line to find out if he did lose any positions with that fall. If not, that's the best result of it, to be honest.
It sounds like we are hearing that there might be oil at that corner, as we've seen possibly Chris Wells now down, who took P3. Oh no, sorry, it was Chris Wells. Sorry, it wasn't Reece Peacock as well. So Reece Peacock, I don't think he actually lost any positions there, but Chris Wells down to 9th place currently, or potentially even further. We're not too sure what's happening on track there, as we see a whole gaggle of cars coming down the Spitfire straight. We've seen, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 flags waved. Yeah, we've seen a yellow flag being waved in the final 2 things. But these are the leaders side by side. This is Taylor Lawrence with 3, or I should say now 2 laps to go, because they've just crossed the start-finish line. This race is really not over yet. I'm really getting excited. Now Lawrence is right on the back of Banham, so whatever has happened with the back markers has really favoured Lawrence at the moment. Can Lawrence hold, can he push even further to get Rossi Banham out of the way to win a race? But let's see, because if there's something we know about Rossi Banham, it's he's blooming fast, and we shall see Lawrence maybe go side by side, obviously, as we have 2 laps to go.
Rossi Banham still in the lead this race, but there's absolutely nothing in it. I believe the yellow flag is just away at that final chicane, so we should, on this final lap, get some clean racing. I do not believe that the back markers will come too much into play after they get past this lot. But Rossi Banham is getting past back markers. It's leaving Taylor Lawrence Taylor Lawrence being held up by back markers for the first corner, but he's going around the outside. Taylor Lawrence is down. Taylor Lawrence is down there. You cannot see it on your screen at the moment, but Taylor Lawrence has crashed out. Rossi Banham, all he needs to do is finish this race. He needs to keep calm, and hopefully he'll eventually realise by a sneaky peek behind him that Taylor Lawrence is down on the deck.
Yeah, absolutely. What drama! What absolute drama for this race. Taylor Lawrence is off the track, and just trying to see where Rossi Banham is. You won't be able to miss him because he's in very, very, very bright colours, as I think we're picking up on him now. Here we go. So big finish. He's coming round to the final corner, into the corner, clips the apex, get the knee down, and it's going to be Rossi Banham wheelies over the line, who will win race 1 of the Pit Bikes 140. And heartbreak for Taylor Lawrence, who unfortunately fell. Not too sure if he managed to keep the clutch in, but that could mean that Reece Peacock, who did actually have a little fall and skid, who did keep the clutch in, he takes P2. Wow, absolutely incredible. So it's looking like Lucas Brown gets on the podium as well. So Rossi Banham wins from Reece Peacock from Brown. Riggy is in P4, Darren Anderson P5, Jamie King P6, Chris Wells P7, Marco P8, Tristan Opta P9. What a race from him. And P10, Charlie Nesbitt. Absolutely incredible there, as we've seen a few drivers drop down the order, going left, right and centre as they come over the line. Lewis, what a sensational race once again.
Yeah, it was exactly what I expected from the Pit Bike 140s. I believe Charlie Nesbitt was one of the bikes to start from pit lane, so it was an absolutely incredible result for him to get 10th. And if you were tuning into our coverage earlier on in the day, when we were speaking to Tristan, he was telling me that his hope for the weekend was a top 10, but in race 1 it was just to make it to the end of the race, because he knew how aggressive the Pit Bike 140 races actually are, and just that full elbows out. So he completed that objective by getting it home one piece, and got a top 10 by finishing 9th. There he is there on your screen, the rider we were just talking about, Tristan, in the bright orange levers, the number 58. He is very happy himself, pointing at the number 58, saying, I am back. Because if you don't know Tristan, he was a ex-World Supersport 300 rider and ex-Junior Super Stock rider, and also won a couple of races in the Junior Supersport British Championship. So he's a well-accomplished rider. But as we look at the Holden area, you will see the green streaks on your screen, which of course means one thing. It is sidecars time. Now I believe the sidecars will be the last race of the day, but it's certainly a different thing for us to end the day on is the sidecars. It's something that is quite unusual to watch, and for you, Alex, it's something new to watch, and you've never seen a sidecar race yet, and now will be your first time.
I haven't, you're right. I've only seen ones in videos, and I cannot wait to see this. This is, I can't lie, this is the one I'm most excited for, because it's incredible. It's incredible to see these three-wheeled machines and these people getting riders, I should say, or the sidecar riders? I'm not too sure. Passengers, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Lewis. It's incredible to see just how close they get their helmets to the apex of the corners and the ground. It's absolutely incredible. I wouldn't mind actually maybe doing it one day. I think that'd be rather incredible to be able to do that. And obviously, as we said, sidecars are coming next. So as you see, the final few cars go back in the paddock. We're just waiting until the flag drops and we can get the sidecars out on track. It's looking like it's going to be a very, very, very interesting race. Obviously, the grid is a very very good grid as well. There's quite a few riders. There's quite a few riders, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see where they go. So it's looking like as kind of per usual in this championship, Mick Williams will take pole position. I believe as well. I'm just going to wait until we get confirmation for the final grid, but yeah, it's looking like Mick Williams will start on pole position. So yeah, I'm Lewis. I'm really, really, really looking forward to this, and I can't wait to see what this championship as well. I can't wait to see what this race produces.
Yeah, certainly. I don't think it'd be too surprising if we see Mick Williams walk away with the win, because they won all races last year and the year before that, and I believe the year before that as well. They win the championship year after year. I honestly cannot remember the last time they won. No, they didn't win the championship. I'm going to try and find that out and get back to you tomorrow on that, because McWilliams, they've been so dominant. As we see on the track, something just getting cleaned up where we thought there could be something down, where we've seen a couple of crashes happen. But going back to the sidecars, it's only a 6-bike field, 12 riders, and there's decent names all throughout it, and there's great talent, and everyone's out there, and everyone's going to have fun today. And there's only 6 bikes, and Iona Glover will be starting 6th, and we had just seen her in the Moto Team race, actually, one of the back markers that we've seen, so should be hoping for a good sidecar race as well. It's quite a physically demanding day, competing in multiple classes in racing, but it should be a good race as we see the sidecar starting to leave the pit lane.
Yeah, absolutely. It was so as you said, obviously Iona Glover, this is the second race. I didn't know that about Mick Williams, about winning all of the the championships and the races before them. So yeah, it's looking like we're going to have Mick Williams on pole with Jason Greenstreet starting in P2, Mark Parker starting in P3, with John Keats in the number 666, the very cool black and red liveried car starts P4, Chris Impey starts P5, and Iona Glover starts in P6. And these just look absolutely amazing, and I can't wait for this. Oh, we're seeing one of the sidecars, I think, just overshooting a little bit there. Oh no, I think someone is in the wrong grid spot. I'm not too sure, but yes, it's looking like it's going to be a very, very, very fun race. I can't wait to see this. I'm genuinely really, really excited for this race. It looks incredible. It's just so unique. You never see this, in massive championships or anything. So it's really, really cool. Really cool to see this. There are a lot of really, really cool looking bikes. Obviously, some different looking bikes as well, in terms of like bodywork. So some are quite shelled back, and as we see, they go for their outlap is certainly sort of two-stroke, isn't it? You can see a lot of oil, blue smoke burning out of the exhaust of them, which is quite funny. But yeah, it's going to be a fantastic little race. I think it's going to be really entertaining. Again, Mick Williams, the favourite of the race, but you know what? I would love it if something happened, a bit of drama or something, and we could see a surprise winner of this race. It could be a very, very, very fun race indeed. Obviously, me and Lewis in the commentary box, and yeah, let's get this race underway. So, Mick Williams qualified with a time of 57.157 seconds, and Iona Glover 6th, qualified with a 1:10.826. The gap is actually about 13 seconds between first and sixth place, which is very, very, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting indeed. So as we see Mick Williams coming around the final corner now, a little bit of a drift there. He certainly knows how to control that car. The number 90 as well lines up alongside him. We're seeing on screen number 666. That is a really cool kind of a red and black camo, livery, which is very, very cool. And there we can see just behind them Chris Impey in the number 457, with the number 3 of Iona Glover bringing up the rear. It's going to be a very, very fun race, as I've said. So now we're just waiting for the last bikes or trikes, I guess, on the grid. Side bikes, sidecars, and here we go. So we are getting a point to the lights, just waiting for the lights to go on. The lights are on, and it's lights out, and away we go. Mick Williams gets a fantastic start. The number 90, Jason Greenstreet gets an also very good start, but just drops into second place. Mick Williams absolutely flying immediately. Really, really incredible. These are incredibly loud machines. Very cool. So yeah, Mick Williams in P1 at the moment. Jason Greenstreet in P2. John Keats has actually gained a position. He's gone up into 4th position. So they've made a move on Mark Parker, who did start number 3 in the number 230. As we can see these on screen now, I believe that is the Red Bull. Yes, it is, of Mick Williams. It's a very cool looking car, and the number 90 of Jason Greenstreet actually not far behind them at all, as we see them going through the freshly kind of dusted down and sanded bit of the circuit where we did think there was oil drop. So here we go, Mick Williams into the final corner. Oh wow, what a drift, what an absolute drift. The number 90 actually having a cleaner run through the final corner there, but I don't think it's going to have made much of a difference there.
Yeah, I don't think it would have, but with the dust that has been swept on the track to clean up any residue that was left behind from the previous race, it can sometimes play in your mind a little bit as a rider, just knowing that's down there, and it may take away from some of the drivers and riders' confidence on these first couple of laps until the track is nice and bedded in. Mick Williams still leads the way, as we're expecting, but on the start there, I do believe that Chris Impey started, and we see a faller there. It looks to be the 666 red bike of John Keats. I do not believe it is John Keats. We have a red flag right now.
Yeah, so we're just seeing a little bit of a red flag there. Not too sure what happened there, but yeah, I'm sure they'll be okay. Yeah, it was certainly a really good race. A really good race until then. Obviously, Mick Williams, as per usual, very interesting and kind of expected. And it is Mark Parker, and they're all stood up and they're looking absolutely nice, fit, and healthy. Yeah, so it's really nice to see them up nice and well. Yeah, Mick Williams having a great weekend again, a really great weekend, and yeah, it's a very interesting race so far with the number 90 of Jason Greenstreet in P2 and the number 66 in P3.
Yeah, as we see Mark Parker and his passenger there just talking with the medics, they all seem to be cheery and happy and able to have a joke right now. But yeah, so we see the paramedics just cleaning up everything, getting everything off track. We should get a restart here because there's still 5 laps to go in this race, which was originally only a 7-lap race, so we're not even at half distance yet. But it's still sunshine here at Llandow. It's been an awesome day. We've seen many lap records broken, and that's just because it's not that windy. It's wet. It's not that windy. It's not sunny. And yeah, track conditions are great as we see them getting put into a little cut-in that we have at the track there. To enter the paddock, so we could hopefully get restarted pretty quick. As looking down the pit lane, I can see Greenstreet and John Keats inside, waiting in the holding area, waiting for a restart. But as I was saying just before the crash, Chris Impey, I believe, started in the wrong position. I believe he started in 6th position instead of 5th. So they're giving themselves a disadvantage straight away there. As we see Iona Glover revving the bike, keeping temperature in it with her passenger there.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously the car that has gone out is Mark Parker, obviously starting P3 on the grid. So an unfortunate race for them, as we now see them running. Go on, push it, give it everything. Go on. There we go. They managed to get it bump started, bump started. And yeah, absolutely lovely to see. So yeah, we should get a restart. I'm hoping, because I really want to see more of these. I'm thoroughly enjoying these, which is very interesting indeed. We're now seeing, there we go. I never thought I'd see this, the medical car alongside the sidecars. I think that's a little bit of an unfair race, I'll be perfectly honest. But yes, it'll be certainly going to be an interesting race. And I believe, yes, I can see somebody on the grid, so I think, yes, we are going to get a restart, I think, from what it looks like. But yeah, we're not sure. It could either be this or the LC40 Elite race. Not too sure just yet, to see the medical car getting nice and reversed about the side of the thing. But honestly, what a day of racing. I expected good racing, but not such close racing like this, Lewis.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the Pit 140 and the Mini GP70s have been great racing. All racing, actually, even the rookies. We've seen some awesome racing at battle for the leads. It's just been great to see. It's been great wherever everyone's very happy. But during this red flag, I'm looking at the commentary box down towards the holding area, and if you don't know too much about these mini F1 sidecars, they run very close fuel wise. They run very close with the fuel, so basically it means that whenever this race was red flag, they had to then come in to refill it. I seen Mick Williams in the holding area with a jerry can filling up their motorcycles, then they can at least make it to the end of the race, because it just shows how tight they run it.
Absolutely. I've just been told we're not going to get a warm-up lap, so this is going to be the race start for the second time here. So no warm-up lap on this race. So once we get everyone on the grid, I'm not too sure if all 6 cars are on the grid or whether it's just 5. I know we're still waiting for one more. It's
Iona Glover,
bike.
I believe.
It's Iona Glover. I think she's just still just making her way. I'm not sure if they can get the bike started or something like that. But the rest of the 4 cars that are still in this race are on. Oh, there we go. Lovely. So the number 3 car of Iona Glover is now on the grid. So welcome if you've just joined us. We are starting for the second time, the second start in the F1 sidecars. He points to the lights, and we're going to get the second restart of this race. Here we go, red light, and it's lights out, and away we go, go, go. Another fantastic start from Mick Williams, but John Keats, I believe he's done it on the outside. Absolutely sensational start there from John Keats and number 666. Absolutely incredible. Jason Greenstreet drops that one position, and as expected, Mick Williams flying off into the distance off the line. That Red Bull is absolutely crazy. It's almost as fast as the Red Bull Formula 1 car this year. Mick Williams, obviously, as we said, a fantastic look at the gap already. It's absolutely incredible. But the gap we're going to be watching is John Keats and Jason Greenstreet. They are side by side, and I think that's actually Jason Greenstreet has managed to get past. Yes, he has. No, he hasn't, because John Keats has just come round him again. I say that, and Jason Greenstreet is on the inside once again. This is absolutely sensational. What a little race this is, as we can see them now coming onto the Spitfire straight almost as fast as these two drivers right now. It is going to be a defence for Jason Greenstreet, and it could be a send and a big wobble there for John Keats. Oh, and a lock-up, a big lock-up there, pushing too much into the final corner. A fast lap there for Mick Williams, a 59.111, and everyone else is 1 minute at least 3 seconds slower than them. Absolutely incredible to see John Keats having a really good race. Really good to see Jason Greenstreet remains in second place, I believe.
Yeah, John Keats, a great start and great racing there between him and Jason Greenstreet. It's just clean, fair racing. But I believe now everything's starting just to take shape in this race with Mick Williams out front by a pretty decent gap now. Mick Williams is controlling the race like they're used to. Mick Williams is heading onto the Spitfire back straight while Greenstreet's heading into the chicane before it, and we're only 2 laps into this race now. As they come down the back straight, heading into the final corner, you can see them. The thing is, Mick Williams, him and his passenger, I believe Michael Elps, is just absolute. It's literally 2 minds in one, controlling one motorcycle, and somehow they can produce great lap times. They're running 57.8, while Jason Greenstreet in second place are only doing 59.2, so it's still incredibly fast. But Mick Williams is just a level above. Yeah, absolutely. You know, Mick Williams, you know, there's a reason that he's won the 2 championships and all the races the past 2 seasons. He's a phenomenally quick driver. He really is, as Iona Glover goes over the start-finish line. So we're looking at John Keats in the 666. Oh, no, sorry, no, that's Jason Greenstar. Jason Greenstreet. No, it's not. Is it Mick Williams? It's Mick Williams. I've got them all mixed up. That is, Mick Williams with 5.4 seconds on Jason Greenstreet in second place. John Keats is only about 2.8 seconds to the back of Jason Greenstreet. As we're already seeing Mick Williams come around the final corner once again. Absolutely sensational. There we go. There is Jason Greenstreet just coming up to the final corner now. Mick Williams crosses the line. We have 3 laps to go. The number 90 machine powers its way across the start-finish straight for a gap of 6.2 seconds. 6.2 seconds. Remember, if you're just joining us, the 666 car goes past now. Lovely. This race has already had a red flag. The 230 car, the number 230 car is out of this race. So already, I mean, we're already 2-3 laps in. Mick Williams has already made a gap of 6.2 seconds. That just shows what a talented driver, or rider, I should say, or riders, both of them are. Yeah, it certainly is. As mentioned, it's 2 minds in one. They just work perfectly together, perfectly in harmony, and have complete and utter trust in each other. As you see Greenstreet on your screen right now, they're incredible riders, just like Mick Williams, but it's 2 completely different sidecars almost, because Mick Williams is running a 2-stroke motor in theirs, while Greenstreet are running a 4-stroke motor, which they much prefer to use. Even on the stream, you can clearly hear a difference. Mick Williams is, well, it's high-pitched, it's almost whiny, while Greenstreet's has a deeper, darker grunt, and it produces great racing, even though they're 2 completely different motorcycles. Mick Williams seems still to have the upper hand. I mean, Mick Williams, I do believe their cycle will be far more fittery, just because it is a 2-stroke. 2-strokes are known to be quite fittery, but they know this sidecar pretty well. They know it's going to hold together. His passenger is gripping on to literally just a metal bar. Maybe a bit of foam on it if he's lucky. That is the thing about the sidecars. The passengers are not held in at all. They hold on to a bar for their dear life.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are crazy. They really are crazy riders, and it's absolutely lovely to see. As we now see number 3 getting lapped. That's Iona Glover getting lapped by Mick Williams into the final corner. Look at the power slide that he does when he comes out of that final corner. I don't see any other riders really doing that, but for some reason, the number 90s we're seeing now, he takes a much kind of wider line. But Mick Williams clearly working for him. That 2-stroke is really fast, especially when it's in the correct power band. I believe that is the only two-stroke in the field, potentially. I'm not too sure on that. As we see the 666 go over the start-finish line, and we're still looking at Mick Williams. 7.5 seconds with 1 lap to go, which means this is the final lap. It is the final lap of the not the Grand Prix, of the race, I should say. We're seeing Mick Williams coming round the final few corners now. I believe, yes it is, coming through the left and the right hander. Here we go on the Spitfire straight, and it's going to be another absolutely dominant performance by these two incredibly talented drivers. And everyone, you're going to hear this a lot, and you have heard this a lot. Mick Williams wins another mini F1 sidecar race. Absolutely sensational. It looks like Jason Greenstreet is going to go P2, and unfortunately John Keats in the number 666 machine unfortunately can't hold on to P2, but he does get a podium. Here he comes round the final corner right now. Absolutely sensational racing. So the top 6, or I should say just the rundown. Mick Williams finishes at P1, Jason Greenstreet P2, John Keats P3 rounds out the podium. Chris Impey in P4, Iona Glover in P5, and obviously the red flag that was caused by Mark Parker in the number 230 obviously didn't finish.
Yeah, it was a dominant performance once again. It's what we expect to see. Look, they're happy, they're waving to the camera, waving at the fans. They're stopping on track right now. Maybe it's just a practice start or something along that line. You could see in the final couple of laps that they were just staying conservative and just trying to make it towards the end of the race. I mean, these sidecars are something else to watch, and if this was your first race watching it, that is how it goes. Mick Williams is just... It's another impeccable performance from them. They're waiting at the side of the track, at the other side of the track from us, and I don't really know why. The bike is still running, but I do believe that actually they may be trying to push the other sidecar around of Mark Parker that previously crashed, which once again shows how great the paddock is here, and how much just the fact that everyone is friends. Look, he literally has his feet on the front fairing, pushing him.
Absolutely incredible. What a sight to see that if you're watching this. If you're only listening to this, please watch this. This is absolutely wonderful to see. Mick Williams being having so much sportsmanship there to be able to push Mick Parker. Both of them just chilling out. We can see Mick Parker there. He's just getting a suntan at this point. He's just got his feet, as obviously Lewis said, against the front fairing of Mick Williams, and it's just absolutely lovely to see. It really is, as we can see a lot of them just having a lovely little chilled drive. What a picture that is. What an absolute picture that is. That's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely incredible to see that. It really is. And again, it just shows once again why this paddock is absolutely amazing. Whenever anything happens, it's an entire community that just comes together, no matter what series you're racing in out of any of the nine championships that we have. And we can actually see it from the comms box now. What an absolute sight that is. Absolutely brilliant. You love to see it. You really do. But that unfortunately is enough of the sidecars today. They will be back tomorrow. Obviously, I'm not sure if we're having another race. No, I'm not. I've been told that is the final race of the day. What a way to end it. What a way to end it. So, ladies and gents, I really hope you enjoyed today. There's been drama. There's been incredible racing, like really incredible qualifying sessions and race sessions. It's been absolutely fantastic. So if you want to follow us, let us know what you think about today's racing and the qualifying session today. And I expect quite a lot of tweets going, that was absolutely blooming amazing. And if you can, try and get here tomorrow. It's obviously east of Cardiff, the Llandow circuit, and it is a fantastic paddock to be in. So, ladies and gents, that is it for today's action. We will be back tomorrow with a load of other races and lots of races. So I'm going to let Lewis sign off this time, because I signed off last time. So I've been Alex Rizzo-Van Slipperopoulos once again. Thank you very much, Lewis.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. I'm not even going to try and tempt your last name there. It's a mouthful. I think everyone listening will only understand half of that. But yeah, it's been a great day of racing. Just the final picture there, just showing what this championship is made of. It's made of friendship. It's made of fun. Everyone was laughing. It's just incredible. Just a massive thanks to all the marshals,
Absolutely,
the medics, the unsung heroes of motorsport. Without them, we could not go racing. The NHS, medical helicopter, everyone, they're just complete unsung heroes. And although you only really hear our voices, they're the people that make it happen. And just thank you to all the medics and marshals out there. Thank you for joining us today as well. We'll be back tomorrow for another great day of racing. Hopefully, it'll be sunshine. Weather forecast is 18 degrees sunshine.
It's going to be a warm one.
Yeah, it's going to be a warm one. It's warm with the commentary box,
Yes.
but we cannot complain. We're doing what we love. The people on your screen are doing what they love. Thank you for joining us. Join us again tomorrow. Keep up on all our socials. And from myself and Alex, it's goodbye.
Goodbye.
This is Motorsport Radio.
1, 2.
Join the conversation. Contact the show on Twitter, on Facebook, and on our website, Motorsport Radio.